Money and the environment are usually considered polar opposites. People typically talk about how the greedy billionaires are cutting down rainforests and polluting the world just so they can create some product that the consumers use. Maybe it's that new toy or new car or even things that people consume like meat or bottled water. Destruction is really all in the name of business for these large companies, and although it's sad to hear, it's happening right now and it's always been happening. That's why you see all these headlines like agriculture and the meat companies, they're producing a lot of methane gas that's causing climate change, or like it's this one plastic company that's generating so much plastic and that ends up leading to the ocean. In the end, I don't think there's any amount of money that'll satisfy these guys. So no matter what, no matter how much money you throw into trying to fix the problem, they'll always find a way to lessen the impact of what they're creating or find a way to tailor it to the public so that what they're doing is okay and that they're working on it. Or maybe like in 20 years they'll be carbon neutral, or that for every one product they make, they'll plant a tree somewhere. All of that is good. They have ambitious goals and it is good in trying to offset what they're trying to do, but two wrongs don't make a right. And that's just what I'm trying to say here. So here's why I don't think printing more money or even like earning more money through a company's revenue will even fix the environment. So the first thing I want to talk about is the employee salary. Now, if you know me, I'm really blunt and straightforward. I'm not trying to hide anything here. So let's talk about salary. Let's talk about money. Currently, now I am making $85,000 a year, living in California, working as an environmental engineer for my job. And surprisingly, it did go up this year. I was still able to get a pay raise of about 3%, going from initially $82,000 to now $85,000 a year. And so that's like a $3,000 bump. As of right now, it's not keeping up much with inflation, which is about 6.2%, but that itself is a whole different topic. I'm just gonna stay focused on what I'm talking about here. But as you can see, no matter how much money an employee makes, it doesn't change the bigger picture. It can incentivize someone to work a little harder because that pay raise makes them think that that company values them more, and maybe they'll just put in a little bit more thought into ideas, or maybe they'll work an extra overtime shift. But now let's think about it differently. If I'm an environmental engineer for like an oil company, for example, and I just so happen to get a pay raise from this oil company, do you think that I'll be working to better the environment and save the world, or to save the oil company and to like maybe earn more from that oil company? Most likely, it makes me want to work harder to keep this oil company alive. Now, as an environmental engineer for some oil company, I'll have to think of some new technology to make using oil more efficient. In the end, as like an environmentalist, the whole goal is to stop using oil to make climate change worse, right? But now if I'm hired by some oil company, I still want to keep my job. I still want to somehow throw oil into the equation. So that means I have to think of a way to still use oil. I just have to somehow make it better and more efficient and make it, less harmful. But basically, that money is just bribing me to stay the course. Keep my job, still keep oil in this whole process. It's just saving my butt to not get fired, basically. It doesn't fix the whole issue. It just lures people in to keep them doing the wrong things. Next is government money. So if you're keeping up the news, I know it's pretty boring talking about politics and whatever, but the US is really trying to address climate change with their whole infrastructure bill, and they're spending like billions on it. But I know this isn't their first time trying to address climate change or trying to address some environmental issue. There's been countless other instances where they would spend money trying to fix some environmental issue, but it's not a perfect solution. So for example, we can spend millions trying to clean up the ocean, but we're not actually stopping the production of what's making the ocean dirty. Plastics, for example. We're not stopping the generation of plastic. We're just still generating plastic, throwing it into the ocean, and then now we're spending millions just to clean the ocean when that's not the main problem. The problem is, why is it continually getting dirty? So we're just putting band-aids on like bullet holes. The band-aid is way too small, and we're not even addressing the main point, which is the bullet in this hypothetical example, or the generation of plastic for this environmental example. We're just trying to patch these problems by spending money onto fixing or remedying the outcome when that's not even the main issue. The main issue is just stop it completely. Quit cold turkey, and then we won't have to spend millions trying to fix the problem when we could just address it head on, straightforward. So to me, they're just spending money on things that, yes, it'll help short term, but definitely not long term. In the long run, I can see that we're just gonna spend billions more just trying to fix something when that's not even the main, the problem. So those are just my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think about it. I know that you need money to, invent some solution, but from where I see, we're putting money into the wrong things. Or at least how we spend the money can definitely go both ways. You would think that it'd help one thing, but in the end, people are just now incentivized to do something else just so they can keep getting the money. It's not even so much so they can fix the problem. Let me know your thoughts. Do you think money will actually fix this? So that's all I have for today. Leave a like, share, subscribe if you're interested, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.